Summer is gorgeous, and with it comes so many gorgeous bodies that are extra accentuated. It's hard not to compare my mom bod with its lumps and stretch marks and find it lacking. So, how can you stop the comparison and stay confident in your own mom bod? Let's dive into this hard topic. Do you miss having time for Jesus and yourself, but you're drowning in the responsibilities of motherhood? If so, you're in the right place. Hi, I'm Cheryl, wife, girl mom, and Jesus follower. I learned the not-so-secret ways to become the mom my girls needed by prioritizing Jesus back into my mom life and reclaiming my identity in Christ. If you're ready to build faith while washing dishes, rediscover your identity, and love yourself like your babies do, grab your earbuds and lock that bathroom door for a minute alone. It's time for Mom. If you want some space this summer to help you stay grounded, make connections, and grow in your faith, I would like to invite you to join my private Facebook group, Prioritizing Your Time for Busy Christian Moms. There are weekly posts to help you grow, let go, and connect in your motherhood journey. Motherhood does not have to be isolating. Come join the group and start connecting. You can join at bit.ly/Time for Mom community, and there is a link in the show notes. Before we dive into the hard topic today, I wanted to be very transparent. We are talking about self-esteem, self-worth, body image, and comparison. We might even be throwing in a little bit about marital intimacy. And since we are going to be talking about our bodies, I want to make sure that if you find that as a sensitive or triggering topic, please skip this episode and tune back in on Friday, okay? Okay. Now, I'm assuming that if this is too much for you, that you have stopped listening. So we're going to dive in. I have never been a skinny chick. The last time I saw the underside of 130 pounds, I was 12. After my last pregnancy, I weighed in at 220 pounds and I was 5'4", and I felt like a beached whale. But anyway, I have broad shoulders and wide hips. Technically, I'm an hourglass figure, but trust me, it is not because of my bust measurement. It's my shoulder width. I have long struggled to be confident in my own skin because I will never measure up to the beauty standards of Hollywood and North American culture. It seemed to me like every girl and woman around me was far more beautiful and attractive than I could ever be with the body God gave me. I rarely felt like I was beautiful enough until I met my husband. For the first time in my life, I felt like I was beautiful and attractive, that someone other than my parents saw that I was pretty. Once I had my children, I started seeing my body differently. Instead of just seeing my body as not measuring up to the beauty standards, I started seeing parts of myself that I thought was ugly on my children. Only on my children, I thought they were adorable. I heard myself talk negatively about my body and I cringed because it would so crush me to hear my girls say the same things about their beautiful little bodies. So there is an overview of my body image journey. So let's dive into some truths that I have discovered since I've become a mom. The first thing I want to make a mention of is your basic body shape is mostly going to be unchanged no matter what you weigh. Your body isn't going to suddenly change shape just because you drop 40 pounds. I know because I have. Since that last baby, I have been able to lose about 40 pounds, and I keep expecting to suddenly not have a mom belly or suddenly have boobs that haven't fed two babies or, suddenly not have saddle packs that have been with me for years and are close and dear friends. But they don't leave. My bone structure stays the same. Broad shoulders, broad hips, thighs that absolutely adore each other, and tiny boobies. And my husband absolutely loves my body. Your basic body shape doesn't change. You are who God made you to be. You have the bone structure that God gave you. When you are on this journey of losing baby weight, gaining weight, wherever you are, because some people do need to gain weight to be healthy, just remember that your body was made specifically for you by God. Your body wasn't just made for someone to look at and say, oh, that's a pretty body. Although, we all like that feeling when someone calls us pretty. Your body was made specifically how it was. Its portions, its density, its genetic composition. It was all made very, very specifically. And no matter where you are, it's not going to change all that much. At least not after you hit puberty. I was a beanpole before puberty, and then I hit puberty. And like I said, broad shoulders, broad hips. That's been my life for the last 20 years. And my husband really loves it. The second thing that I want to highlight is that everyone has lumps, has bumps, and rolls. Even the skinniest chick will still show a roll when she sits, especially if she's slouching. Skin is not stiff, it's pliable, so it shrinks down and it rolls. Everyone's thighs will spread like pancake batter when you sit, including guys. It doesn't matter if you don't have an ounce of fat on your butt cheeks or not. Your thighs are going to spread when you sit. Everyone's thighs spread when they sit. I don't know about you, but when I sit down, I do not look at my thighs because it's like, whoa, where did all that come from? Cellulite is everywhere, starting at infancy. I used to think that cellulite was something that old ladies got. And then I noticed that, no, babies have cellulite too. It's not bad. It might not be aesthetically pleasing to us, but that doesn't make it bad. Most of the female population has or will have varicose veins and stretch marks. It's just a fact of life. We get stretch marks when we grow. I know so many people, male and female, that have gotten stretch marks because they grew so fast. I know men who have stretch marks on their arms because they decided to start pursuing bodybuilding. And of course, I know women, including myself, who have a plethora of stretch marks on their bellies from childbearing. Stretch marks are everywhere. And unfortunately, so can varicose veins. If you have puzzle legs or you have lightning bolts on your belly, don't look down on yourself. Everyone has those, or almost everyone. It doesn't make you subpar or ugly. It's just a part of the body and what it does. I mean, am I the only one who is amazed that it can expand to the level it has to expand to have a child and then shrink back nearly completely? That's amazing. And those marks are evidence of what you've accomplished as a mom. Another thing I want you to remember is that skinny does not equal healthy. But on the flip side, weighing more than 130 pounds doesn't necessarily equal unhealthy. Like I said, I haven't seen 130 pounds since I was 12. When I was at my healthiest as a strong early 20s me, I weighed 160 pounds. And that was healthy because I had a lot of muscle and I was highly active. And that was a healthy weight for me, like at my skinniest. 160 was healthy. If I had gone down to 150 or 140, I would have been borderline unhealthy. As a mom, if I'm right here in that 170 mark, I'm happy. I think healthy, I could be 160 pounds and still be healthy. But I will never be 130 pounds and be healthy because that's not how God made my body. If I'm 130 pounds, something's wrong. Something is wrong with me. So don't look at your weight and see yourself as healthy or unhealthy, okay? Don't measure yourself by that. If you are underweight, you're not healthy. If you're overweight, you're not healthy. But your body composition will dictate what is healthy and unhealthy. You can't measure it by what we're fed on Hollywood. I mean, you just can't. Your genetics and your unique body composition do dictate what is healthy for you and what is not. Like I said, 130 pounds for me as a 33-year-old is extremely unhealthy. 220 pounds for a 30-year-old me is also unhealthy. So just want to put that out there. In this motherhood journey, what I have found, it has taken time and deliberate intention to figure out what food the body needs to thrive and what it doesn't need. And this is different for every person. My body loves protein. I need protein. I need meat. I could not survive as a vegan, okay? But I know other people, their body loves vegan or vegetarian lifestyle. They thrive in it. They're healthy in it. That's not me, but it took time for everyone to figure that out. Everyone's just a little different. Every body in 21st century America needs movement to stay healthy and to have energy. Housework in our world today is just not enough for exercise. You need to get up, you need to move, you need to take walks, you need to chase your kids or play tag, but you need to move to be healthy. Your body is uniquely yours, and it is amazing. You can show off as little or as much as you're comfortable with as long as your spouse is okay with it, and so are your convictions. For me, I don't wear bikinis. They make me uncomfortable on my body. I don't wear low-cut tops unless I'm at home for the pleasure of my husband. I don't wear short shorts, but that is because I have two thighs that love each other, and chub rub is absolute murder. Do I wish I had the confidence to wear a bikini? Do I wish that I had the confidence to wear a crop top or a bootylicious pair of short shorts or not look like a bloated lollipop in skinny jeans? Yeah, I'd love to be able to do that. I'd love to be able to even slap on a one-piece swimsuit and feel confident, but I don't. I like to cover my body. That makes me feel confident. That makes me more comfortable. And it also fits in my convictions. For me personally, I don't want my boobs hanging out in public and I don't want my butt showing. I don't even like wedgie pants. I like my body covered. That is what makes me comfortable. That's what my husband prefers me to wear in public, and that's what my convictions are. I don't want my body out there for anyone to enjoy. My body's for my husband to enjoy, and that's how I dress. But that being said, if you like to rock a bikini, if you wear crop tops, if you can rock that bootylicious pair of short shorts and actually don't look like a bloated lollipop with those skinny jeans on, then good for you. Way to go. You rock it, girl. No judgment from me. I might be a little jealous, in all honesty. I'm not going to judge you because your convictions on what your clothing choices are different than mine, because that is what you're doing, what God has convicted you to do or not to do, and what your husband likes or doesn't like. It has nothing to do with me. So do not listen to this and think that I'm judging you if you wear a slightly lower cut shirt and have a little cleavage hanging out and your husband's tongue hanging out. I'm not going to judge you for that. I'm saying that clothing choices are a personal thing. It's between you, God, and your husband. It's not between you and me. Another thing that I want to point out that has been repeated in several of the marriage things that my husband has done in a book called Sheet Music and Mark Gungor's Laugh Your Way to a Better Marriage is that confidence is one of the most attractive things to your husband. A confident woman, like 99% of the male population, will find attractive no matter what you actually look like. You could be as ugly as a mailbox, but if you're confident in your skin, you're going to be attractive. If you are as gorgeous as a model or a Hollywood star, but you are uncomfortable and you act like you want to hide, a man isn't going to look at you and say, oh my gosh, that woman's so pretty. They're going to see the insecurity. And honestly, insecurity isn't attractive unless it's to a predator. But that's a whole different topic. One of the most fascinating things to me that I found when I got married was, to a man, they aren't bound by the beauty standards that us women have slapped ourselves with. They don't dictate their likes or dislikes for the most part. I mean, there are some guys that do, but for the most part, men don't look at your weight, your size, your jean size, which, oh my gosh, for women, I mean, I hate women's jean sizes. They're the worst. They do not look at your body and go, oh, look, it's as smooth as a porpoise. That's an attractive woman. They just don't. They look at you. They look at your confidence. They probably look at your boobs and your butt, because I know my husband does. That's what they find attractive, is your character. An ugly woman is usually a woman of bad character to a man of good character. It is one of the most fascinating things that I have found in marriage is character and confidence make a huge difference in attractiveness to men. Another thing that I want to point out before we move on is that the more frequent you are intimate with your husband in your marriage, the more attractive you will be to your husband. The lumps, the bumps, the rolls, and all that doesn't matter. But marriage needs intimacy for both of your sakes. I mean, if my husband didn't desire me, I would not feel attractive. But if I refuse to be intimate with my husband, I also would not be attractive or as attractive to my husband. You need to be intimate with your husband. It will boost your confidence. It will boost your husband's confidence. It'll make him feel more like a man, for one. Intimacy is necessary to build, keep, and maintain your relationship with your husband. It was designed by God. It is necessary for both of you. And we're going to move on from that topic. Mama, you are beautiful. You are special. Your body is amazing. It has done amazing things. I mean, it started out as probably 20 inches and it grew so much. It grew its own babies and expelled them. It has recovered from that. Sure, you might feel a little broken every now and again. I know as different issues keep popping up with my body as I age, I sometimes feel a little broken, but then I look at what my body has actually done and brought me through and does do on a daily basis, from cellular regeneration to my skin shrinking back from having a yoga ball in it to where it is now. The body is amazing. Confidence can be a choice, even if you're covered in stretch marks or acne scars, or, I have no enamel on my front teeth and I have to choose to still smile. Think of how you want your child to be confident. Think of how you want your child to act in their body, how you want them to think about their body. Tell yourself those things. Don't tell yourself the things that would break your heart, like how I realized with my kids. Tell yourself the things that you would tell your kids. You're beautiful. You're amazing. You're special. Your body is beautiful. Your body's amazing. Your body is special. Be nice to yourself. It's hard, especially like I said in the summer, when everywhere you look, there's a flat belly with a crop top. There's a woman with no hip. There's thigh gaps everywhere. I don't know how people do that. And your body's different than theirs. And you might feel like you're lacking, but that doesn't mean that you are. You're not lacking. You're just different. Fill your head with the voices that make you feel the most beautiful. I mean, for me, that's my husband. I choose to listen and believe my husband and what he says about my body. Because what the world says about my body says I'm fat and ugly and about 40 pounds at least overweight, which I'm not for my body. Choose to listen to the voices that make you feel beautiful. Dress in what makes you feel confident. You don't have to dress in the latest styles. Dress in a way that makes you feel confident and comfortable in your skin. Just because it's summer doesn't mean you have to feel ugly because other people are skinnier than you. Or you don't have to feel ugly because other people have more curves than you. You're beautiful and unique, and your husband loves you. And God made you like that. Don't look down on yourself. Before we wrap up today, I just want to remind you that if you need a space to stay grounded, to toss some ideas back and forth, and to find a community, please come on over to my Facebook group at bit.ly/timeformomcommunity and join. There's a link in the show notes. Until next week, Mama, I pray that you see your body in a new light, that you see health and confidence in a new light, that you see beauty in yourself because you are beautiful and you are amazing. Until next week, love, Cheryl. Hey, beautiful. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If so, would you take 30 seconds to share this with a mom who is wading through those mounds of laundry and dishes and wishing for just a little me time? Also, please leave a quick review for the show on Apple Podcasts. It makes my day to know this podcast has helped you. Well, it's time for me to wash more dishes and cook more food. I'll meet you next Wednesday for another episode. Until then, may the God of grace fill you with his peace.